Yo, explore guitar. For everybody that wants to master guitar, but that can't afford to pay for expensive lessons. Today, I'm going to explain and break down to you all chords in major, okay? Basic chords, all right? To make it clear, right? We're just going to talk about A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, all in major, okay? This is going to give you a good baseline. You don't have to have a full understanding of music to play and sound great. You just have to practice. So let's start out with A, all right? We're going to get you the A chord. You're going to keep playing these until you master it, okay? You're going to keep watching this video until you master it, all right? Let's start with A. So this is going to be the second fret, all right? If you don't really have a full understanding of all the components of the guitar, leave a comment and let me know. I'll make a video that will explain all of the basic components of a guitar. But for right now, we'll just go straight into it. So we go to the second fret, and you're going to take your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger, all right? I like to mash them together. You know, I like to mash my fingers together kind of like that, you know. Come here into the second fret and press all of those down, all right? You don't want to use a whole lot of pressure, okay? You don't press it in like you're trying to marry it to the wood there. You just need enough pressure to get it to resonate, okay? And that's going to give you A. So we're going to keep that same concept and move on, okay? So for B, we're going to do the same exact thing that we did to make the A chord, all right? So let's go right back to A. Middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, okay? We're going to go to the D string, the G string, and the B. Now, you remember A, we were right here in the second fret, right? For B, we're simply going to slide these fingers up to the fourth fret, okay? 2 frets up, all right? Don't change the position of your fingers. Just slide your entire hand down the neck of the guitar. Now, once you got those fingers in that position, you're going to use your forefinger to do what we call bar down, okay? On that second fret, all right? This is going to be a challenge, and it's very difficult to play. I don't even like playing it, but you can ultimately get it if you keep practicing. C is a much easier chord to manage. I'm going to show you how right now. We're going to go all the way back to the first fret, okay? Take your forefinger and rest it right there on that B string, okay? Middle finger, we're going to bring it up to that D string. And ring finger, we're going to bring all the way up to the third fret and on the A string. So this is one of the easier chords to play, one of my favorites, okay? Crystal clear sound. All right, so for D, all we want to do is go back to that second fret. I'm going to show you actually 2 cool ways that you can do this D chord, okay? So the first way is we're going to take our forefinger, we're going to come to this G string here on the second fret. We're going to press down and we're going to come middle finger to the second fret, and that's going to be the high E. Then you take your ring finger and put it there on that B string in the third fret. And then we have G. So another way to play that same chord, okay? Because notice, I've got these 2 fingers lined right up. So I'm just going to take my forefinger and press down on all 3 of those bottom strings on the second fret. And I'm going to take my middle finger and press down that B string in the third fret. And then I can play D like that as well. So for E, what you're going to do is you're going to take your middle finger on the first fret. You're going to press down on that G. Second fret, you're going to take your ring finger to the A string. Staying on the second fret, you're going to take your pinky finger to the D string. Now, remember when we just looked at A and B? Okay, you remember when we took that A position, we moved it 2 frets up and we barred our hand down in order to get B? Well, in order to get F, we're going to do something very similar. We're going to keep that same hand position that we had. Middle finger on the G string, ring finger on the A string, pinky finger on the D string. We're going to simply move that same position up by 1 fret. So now your middle finger is going to be pressing the G string in the 2nd fret. Your ring finger should be pressing the A string in the 3rd fret. Your pinky finger should be pressing the D string in the 3rd fret. Then, just like with B, you bar down with your forefinger, okay? So this is going to be a recurring thing that you see often. Notice, we simply took the same position, we moved it up, and we barred our finger down, okay? So keep that in mind because you can actually make a lot of different chords that way. Finally, we go on to G, okay? And simply to make G, we take our ring finger, place it here on the low E. We take our middle finger, place it here on the A in the 2nd fret. And back to the 3rd fret with our pinky finger, we get the high E. So high E, low E in the 3rd fret that we press down, and the A in the 2nd fret we press down to give us G. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to run through all of these chords, keep running through them, keep practicing. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you would like to see more of. Check back and watch more great videos about exploring guitar.